So I just woke up not too long ago, and first of all I came back to my desktop acting a little weird, and so I restarted it, and none of the other screens, well actually no, not so much none of the other screens came on. Windows isn't booting right now. So, hit the reset button on my desktop, and then probably have to either cut this or talk over it because this is going to take a little while, but the way that my computer starts up is a little weird because I have two graphics cards in this computer. One of them just to run this screen, and then the other one that's running the other four screens. Unfortunately, so everything starts up on this one screen for some odd reason, probably because of the priority of the graphics card, where I have the one that's powering this screen just at the top slot. But when it starts up, oh, what is this? Now it's complaining about that. Desktop. I think there's something wrong with my desktop right now. Either there are two things that could be the problem. Either the SSD that's booting Windows or the graphics card. The good graphics card, the one that's actually doing everything. So I'm a little worried. Not sure if something's broken. Maybe it's just a hard drive failure somewhere else, and because of that it's preventing Windows from booting, but I don't know. I've been relegated to using my little desktop. Oh, well, this is interesting. Now I'm getting no boot device. Let's see what's going on. My desktop is having issues. I'm not sure what's going on, but right now something is very wrong, and it's not starting up. Let's see. I have a feeling that one of two things is messed up right now. Either my SSD is dying, or my graphics cards are dying, or one of my graphics card is dying. And that seems like a very odd set of things that could be wrong right now, but the reason why I've come to this conclusion is I can't boot into Windows right now, and as soon as I try to boot into OS X, my desktop crashes. So that's it's either a hard drive failure because it's affecting both systems, or an SSD failure, hopefully not that, maybe it's a hard drive failure, or it's a graphics card issue because I've been having issues with that recently, and every time I boot into Windows, everything, this will happen, then all the screens will not turn on, and then my keyboard goes off. And right now it's on, right now that's on, and the keyboard's flickering. Oh my god, of course. Of course, I just had to talk about it and attempt to say that it's having problems, and it works. Well, that's good. I was actually really worried for a little while that something was wrong. I booted into Linux trying to get all the screens to work and they wouldn't all come on. Tried to boot into OS X, it wouldn't start up, and now Windows is finally starting up again. Man, what a way to start off the day. Hello there everybody, this is Mist, and welcome back to the vlog. I have a lot of stuff I need to do today. I need to, actually I'm about to head out and go work on a group project. So much fun, but I was really worried that my desktop was going to be broken. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it is. Let's see if it'll start up. Weird password. There we go. And so far, it seems like, yeah, it's working now. Wasn't working earlier, but you have a really weird setup. I don't know if you guys have really noticed, but 5 screens in a crazy way like this. I really love this setup, but basically, I have these 4 screens running off of my 970, which I've had for a little while now, and this one is just running off of a 610. Both of them are NVIDIA cards. The one this one's running off of is literally just there to just power that monitor, and in the future, if I ever get a 6th screen, it'll power that monitor, and probably that monitor, or maybe these 2 monitors. Right now, this is actually the screen that has my capture card hooked up to it, because this monitor has issues where it doesn't work unless it's either going through VGA or it's using a capture card or something that stands in the middle, because it no longer sends the correct display information to the computer. So yeah, it's weird, but it works. It's a temporary fix. It's just if I want to record something on the console, I have to look up instead of looking at one of these two screens, which is what I would normally use if I were doing things. But at the very least, it's booting now. Last night, I went to go edit the first vlog, and it crashed. And then I restarted it, started rendering it again, worked perfectly fine. Then this morning, I went to start Stardew Valley. I went to go render, no, not render Stardew Valley. Well, yes, render Stardew Valley, but I went to go render it in Media Encoder, and the same crash happened again. And then my computer just stopped turning on. So, really hope my desktop isn't messed up, but right now it seems like it's gonna work, which is good. And let's see, can I start this, or is it gonna crash this time? Mouse, come over here, start that, and now I can just leave this. All my monitors are crooked. Actually, another weird thing that happened, these top screens need to be replaced because of the way that they're on the stand. These stands are meant to have the monitor affixed right here where the center of the monitor is, so like it would be attached right here instead of at the base. And as a result, these monitors, or the stand really doesn't have too much torque keeping these monitors in place, as it really didn't need it. But these monitors are top heavy because of their design, because everything clamps into the base. And as a result, they're a little, if this were to like get to about here and I were to let go of it, it would fall down. And that would be nothing short of catastrophic. But that wasn't really what happened. Instead, this morning I came back and this monitor was like bent down like this. It must have just like slid down during the nighttime. And I came back and I was just like, what the heck is going on? It looks really weird. But everything works, nothing's broken. That's good. This setup is really janky, but it works. But yeah, as a result, these monitors are kind of crooked right now. Let's see. And that's what I mean by it'll slowly start sagging down because of the way that it's set up. Okay, I need two hands to fix this. I'm gonna go do the group project stuff. But Stardew Valley is rendering. Oh yeah. Today is such a beautiful day. Oh my god. I love snow. It's all snowy out. But it's also like April 2nd. So it's really weird to see snow this late. But it is Rochester, so that's not too surprising. But it's quite cold too. And really bright, so I probably look like a squinting Asian person, but I am a squinting Asian person. A couple hours later, we're done with the meeting, and now I'm heading back home. There's so much work I need to do. Like, I think 3 or 4 large programming assignments due within the next 2 to 3 weeks, so I'll be putting those off. It's not as cold as it was earlier. It still is windy. But, yeah. Time to go work. I hate working. It did it again. It crashed. I was hoping that it would be able to stably render out that video, but right now it's just completely dead. The only screen that's alive is the upper left-hand one. This is what's been happening. Like these are the crashes that I've gotten a lot of in the last couple of days. And I don't know if it'll boot this time. I hope it does, because if it doesn't, I have too much work. I can't deal with my desktop not working. I might have to just like hook everything into the big laptop and work off of that, because I need my screens and I need a working computer. Let's see if it'll start up this time. Come on, I believe the startup time for like posting is so ridiculously long, and it's probably because I have like 5 different, no, how many drives do we have in here right now? I have the OS drive, the 2 drives for footage, the 2 secondary drives for games, and then the OS X boot up disk. So I have 6 hard drives in here. So it takes a little while to boot, and it would seem like it is normally booting right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run some stress tests to figure out where the crash is happening. I'm gonna just run like firmark for a while, and that should tell me if my almost knocked over my coffee. That should tell me if my graphics card is dying. So, do I have firmark installed right now? Yeah, I do. So I uninstalled everything that I used to overclock my computer, so, or at least I should have. Precision X was still there. Oh, hello there, Skype. Oh, no, I uninstalled Precision X, which was like doing a really derpy overclock on my computer. But if we load up GPU-Z, we can monitor the temperatures of stuff. So right now, the 970 is, well, nothing's out of the ordinary, sitting at 37 degrees Celsius. Yeah, everything looks about right. The 610, which is obviously significantly worse, is a bit hotter, but that's because it's running passively cooled, but that shouldn't have any issues. But what I want to do is just like run this benchmark at, seriously? Run this at, give me a crazy resolution, and by crazy resolution I mean give me 1080p, give me all the anti-aliasing, and GPU stress test, go! So I'll let this run for a while. If it crashes here, then I'll probably know that this is the problem. Otherwise, I'll load up Prime 95. Actually, I could do that at the same time. I don't have Prime 95 on here. Never mind, I won't do that at the same time, but I'll let this run for a while. Oh. What? Thinks my graphics card is 540 degrees Celsius. I don't think that's right. Also, this is running slower than I think it should. Everything's not working right. Maybe this is running on the wrong graphics card. This might be running off of the 610 instead of the 970. Oh, so laggy. Yeah, no. Oh, no, it's pegged at 100%. Okay, I think it's just reading everything incorrectly because right now I'm getting all the proper readouts on here, but... desktop. Why do you have to be so finicky today? I just want you to work. That's literally all I want in my life right now is my desktop to work properly. But, yeah, I'll let this run for a while and hopefully it'll work. Maybe I'll get some work done on my little laptop, which is now in that bag over there. So this has been running for about 10 minutes, and so far it's going perfectly fine. I've started up Prime 95 over there, and it's been pretty much pegging the CPU at 100% for, I don't know, about the same amount of time. And I've noticed that in terms of temperatures on the CPU, I'm throttling down a little bit because it's running quite hot, and I mean, normally this processor runs very hot because I have it overclocked a lot. Mainly because it's kind of a cheap processor. It's like an $80 processor that if it were to break, it's literally cheaper to buy a new processor than to get a good cooling system for it, because any good cooling system is going to cost like a lot of money. So I just kind of let it run really hot. So yeah, this thing is hovering in the low to mid 90s, which a lot of people would probably cringe at, but that's okay. That's okay, don't worry. It's supposed to do that. But it is throttling a little bit. It's staying around 3.7 gigahertz instead of 4 gigahertz, which I usually have it around. GPU's been pegged at 100%, and so far, no crashes. So yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe it's just my install of Windows and OS X just happened to crash because it's a Hackintosh, and Hackintoshes aren't exactly stable. I don't know. But luckily, the desktop is not hosting the server. The laptop above it is the one that's hosting the server, and you guys probably noticed this MacBook on top of there. I'll tell the story about that MacBook in a while. I gotta do stuff with it before I can tell you guys the story, but yeah, so far everything seems to be going pretty well. Nothing is broken yet, so I'm gonna let this go for a little while longer. In the meantime, I've been studying Japanese. I think this is Chigai? Ah, yeah, I know my Japanese. I have a quiz tomorrow, so gotta study for that. So much fun. But yeah, I'm gonna let this stay going for a while, and hopefully either something will crash, or even better, something won't crash. But I don't know, maybe I might need to reinstall Windows because I have no clue what the issue is. I just uninstalled the graphics drivers earlier today with DDU, so not a driver issue, probably, but who knows. I've just been going crazy with the number of vlog entries that I'm doing right now, but I think I found the problem. So this is something from GeForce Experience. I noticed over here in my system tray that when I opened up GeForce Experience, it had a little exclamation point next to it. So I opened it, and then my computer crashed twice. And now I've opened it this time, and it's telling me that the NVIDIA installer cannot continue, but it's still opening. And I think something's wrong with GeForce Experience, and it's like attempting to restart my computer, except it's failing. This is quite the experience. Check for updates. Any updates? Do you want to update or are you broken? I don't know what's happening anymore, guys. Everything's just not working. And this doesn't even acknowledge that it has any updates. Jeez. Let's install beta everything. Let's see if beta drivers fix anything, because now I'm pretty sure that my graphics card isn't dead. Actually, I'm entirely sure that my graphics card isn't dead. I'm booting into the OS, so my SSD isn't dead, which is good. I could run stress tests on all the hard drives, but I don't think that's going to matter. But I've gotten 2 reproducible crashes with GeForce Experience, so now hopefully with the, let's see, are there any beta drivers up? I know new drivers just came out the other day, so probably not, but maybe this is the problem. I don't know. It's not letting me update it. It's telling me there are updates, but alas, there are no updates. Well, now I can't boot. So, yeah, it just keeps on getting stuck at this more or less the same point in the boot process, and, I don't know. Now I'm starting to think that maybe it's not the 970 that's dead. Maybe the 610 is, like, dying. I don't know. I might have to, like, back up all of my stuff and just nuke and reinstall Windows, because I can't even boot anymore. I think I might be able to boot into safe mode, but I don't know, I can try. Let's see. As always, takes freaking forever to get past this. Mash that F8 button. Hopefully we can... Oh, there we go. Hopefully we can get into this. I'm not feeling too optimistic. I think I can get into safe mode, but I don't know what I can do from there. Just want my desktop to work. Is that too much to ask for? I have to use my little laptop to do my work. So, yeah. It's working. I realized I was going to try one last thing. I came to the realization that it wasn't the 970 since I was able to run benchmarks on it. It wasn't my processor since I disabled the overclocks on it. So it had to have been the other graphics card. So I literally unplugged the graphics card from, or unplugged the cable from the graphics card and turned the computer on, and it turned on correctly. I was like, okay. So then I replaced the cable, the DVI cable, with a VGA cable coming out of the 610. And I know VGA is bad, but it booted. Like, I did a fresh restart and it booted. So, could all of these problems have been caused by a single cable? If so, that's pretty lame. I just spent so much time trying to figure that out. But my desktop works again, and so far it hasn't horrifically crashed. I think I might need to restart it one more time, and if it works then I think it'll be safe to say that the problem was a cable. Which, I don't know about you, but I've never had a problem caused by a single video cable. But, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with the DVI port on the graphics card, maybe something's wrong with the DVI port on there. Both of those shouldn't cause the computer to just boot loop, though, or rather, not even boot loop, just flat out crash. So, yeah, I'm not even sure which screen's going to turn on. I don't know if that graphics card is, or that monitor is going to take priority now that it has a VGA thing. Not that one. Maybe it'll be one of these. It'll be so nice if it was one of these, because these are like the main screens, so having it start... Oh, no, it starts up over there. When it starts up over there, it just feels really awkward and super out of the way, but I've been just doing some small stuff here and there. I've been working on some homework on my little laptop. It's okay. There are worse things that I've done, but yeah, now that this thing should hopefully boot, I think I can just revert my overclock back to its ungodly levels. Like right now, the thing's running at only a measly 2.6 gigahertz, and it should be running at like 4.2. But yeah, it's all... I might have spoken too soon. I have display out on all of them, but I have a mouse. I have a random line right there. I also don't have anything showing up. Oh! Oh, I think the graphics card is dead. Or at least dying. Which is kind of a problem because means I need to get another graphics card because I cannot display... I would just use the 970 for all 5 displays because the 970 has 5 display outs, but I can't do that because the 970 can't use all 5 of those at the same time. It can only use 4 of them. So, yeah, I think the 610 is dead, which would make it actually the first piece of hardware that I've had that's failed for no reason. Like, I had a single hard drive fail years ago. It was actually the hard drive that came in the PS3. I replaced it, and then my friend dropped it, and then it stopped working. And I was like, it doesn't really matter since I replaced the one that came in here with something... I think this came with like this came with a 250 gig drive, and I replaced it with a 500 gig drive because I had it from my old netbook from way back when. I don't think that was ever in the vlog. But, I replaced that, it fell, it broke. That was the first piece of hardware that I ever had failed. And now I think the next piece of hardware that fails is a graphics card. And like a 610 at that, so... Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just have to get another graphics card because... I mean, they're not expensive. I got mine for about $20. It's literally, its only purpose is to power that screen. It doesn't do games or anything. So, yeah, I guess I might need to get another one. I don't know if I can return it because I got it used, and I got it from a random seller, and I think it's been it's been longer than a month since I got that. And, oh look, it booted up that time. I don't know, guys. I guess I'm gonna try to render out another video, and if it crashes, I'll just assume that it's dead, and, yeah. That'll be that. But, it's only 4 and I feel like I've vlogged a ton today. It's gonna be a long video. That'll be fun to edit. It's dinner time. It's so goopy. Sometimes I make a lot of food. Tonight, I only made a little bit. Just a small little pot of ramen. Actually, it's udon technically, but that's dinner. Udon with some eggs. So tasty. Now, yesterday I think I pointed this out, and this afternoon I sort of pointed it out, but right now it's snowing. Once again, I don't really know if you can see it, but it's coming down. Got a bunch of snow on the ground, and it's so peaceful. Though it's so weird seeing it in the middle. Actually, no, it's the beginning of April. But, yeah, it's really weird seeing it. But, never mind about that. I'm so excited to eat this. It's just... It came off the stove, so it's a little bit too hot to eat right now. So for now, it's working. Don't know if it's going to continue to work, but at the very least, I have video out, and I rebooted it once and it works, so tonight I'll render a few videos, and if it's alive in the morning, then maybe, just maybe, it's okay. Not entirely sure, though. But, yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to get that thing to work, and now I'm at least, like, 97% sure that that graphics card that's powering this screen is the problem. Silly thing. But, hopefully that'll continue to work. I'll render out the vlog from today. I actually need to edit that as soon as I'm done with this. And, what else? And then a couple of Stardew Valley videos that crashed this morning when I was trying to render it, so... Yeah, hopefully everything works. It would be pretty good if it did. So guys, that's going to be all for now. I do hope that you enjoyed today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. So until then, bye-bye.